Today I'm going to show you how to use supplies from Dollar Tree to create a pretty vintage hanging sign to welcome fall. You'll need an 11 by 14 inch frame, white paint, a placemat, the harvest sign, pop dot tape, faux flowers, jute twine, and a glue gun. Start by taking the glass and backing out of the frame. Then you're going to paint the frame white. I wasn't overly careful about full coverage because I planned to distress the frame after it dried. I used 2 coats of folk art matte wicker white acrylic paint because it's what I had on hand. If you don't already have paint at home, you can pick up white paint while you get your other supplies at Dollar Tree, and then allow the paint to dry. Once your frame is painted and dried, you're going to use a little bit of sandpaper to distress the frame. You just want to go around the edges a little bit and then also on the inside edges of the frame and the corners. Next, you're going to cut the plastic placemat to fit the frame. The frame that I'm using is 11 inches by 14 inches, and the placemat was 11¼ inches by 17⅛ inches. So on the shorter edges, you just trim a little off from each side until it fits the frame, and then on the longer edge, you want to trim off a little over 3 inches on each edge. I used a mini rotary cutter and a clear ruler to trim mine, but you could also use a pair of scissors. Once the placemat is trimmed, place it in the frame. Place the glass and cardboard in the frame behind the placemat to give it to some stability, and then close the metal tabs over the cardboard to secure the frame. You could totally stop here if you wanted a cute farmhouse sign for your house, but we're going to add a few more things to make this the perfect sign for fall. So to add the vintage truck to the placemat, you're going to first start by either removing the hanging string or just pull both ends to the back of the frame. Then you're going to place strips of the pop tape, which is just foam tape, on the back side of the vintage truck. Add enough pieces so that your truck will stick securely to the placemat. Then remove the protective strips and place the vintage truck in the center of the sign. You could hang your sign as is, but I wanted to add a little something extra and make a braided hanger for mine. You're going to start by cutting 9 18-inch pieces of jute twine. Once you have all your pieces cut, tie a knot at the top of all 9 pieces of twine. Then you're going to separate the twine into 3 groups of 3 pieces of twine, and then you're going to braid it. You could do just 3 pieces of twine, but I wanted a thicker looking braid, so I used 3 pieces for each section I was braiding. When you get to the end of the braid, secure it with a knot. Turn the frame over and hot glue the braided hanger to the back of the frame. You just need a little dab of hot glue on each corner, and then make sure that the braid hasn't twisted when you glue down the second piece. And this step is totally optional, but I wanted to add a fall flower to the frame, so you want to cut off the extra little piece after you remove the flower from the stems, and then use a little bit of hot glue to attach it to your sign. Now you have a cute decoration for fall that costs less than $10 to make.